Pedro, tell me something about Vava. This is a new brand. This is your first Mido. Tell me something about the concept behind your collection.
Yes, Vava is very much inspired by the post-industrial society in which we live. Our main reference comes from Detroit. Detroit used to be the most industrial landscape of the planet during the 30s and 40s, with all this car industry that was born and was something huge. And then in the late 60s and 70s and 80s, when the industry starts to move away, Detroit completely collapsed. So this huge industrial landscape suddenly was completely like a ghost city. And for us this is very inspiring, because Detroit, being the first signal of modern industrialization, with the car industry being so avant-garde in the industrialization, was as well very avant-garde in the collapse. So this idea for us shows us that Detroit is in the future, is showing society. It's kind of giving us signals in advance what will be the future. And so in the 80s, when Detroit was completely collapsed, you had all these Afro-Americans that used to work in the factories and so on, with all this legacy from jazz and funky. They did a new revolution, musical revolution. In the 80s, these guys, they created techno music. So the original techno music comes from Detroit, and in its essence was a vision of the future. They thought technology should be used to transform the world in a better place. And this was the message. Even if the sound was machinery and was a very minimal sound, there was a clear futuristic message. And for us, this is the big inspiration. So we take this vision from the future, from 30 years ago, and we took it to the brand. So our designs are as conceptual as the techno music, because techno music is very abstract. So when we go to abstractions, we have then art inspiration as well, the Bauhaus with the basic shapes. So all our collection is very basic. We don't like romanticism, so it's about minimalism, about reduction. Less is more. And the other thing is not just Bauhaus, is as well the Italian futurism from the 30s. So the Italians, when there was this movement of the Italian futurism in the 30s, they were very, very avant-garde. They were designing the future already almost 1 century ago. And we respect a lot that the visionaries. Vava is also visionary. We re-envision the future. It's about how you see the future. So we think that through our specs, you can transpose yourself in the future. So you have the power also to transform the reality. And
Yes, a very interesting idea, revolutionary idea. I see this revolution also in your stand, that is divided in two different pure color, black and white. Why?
yes, so first of all, we are a monochromatic brand. You can see by myself, I'm all in black, also my team. So we like monochromatic approach because it's one of the ways of the minimalism in fashion. We have a very big inspiration from an American. So when I was saying Bauhaus, I was saying Italian futurism and minimalism. And from the minimalism, we took Sole Vite, an amazing artist that was also working the monocolor, like Joseph Alberts as well. So two artists from the minimalism that we take, basic shapes, basic colors. And then for sure our two main colors are black and white. Why black and white? First, because they are the base of the minimalism in fashion. They are the basic colors. And the other thing is that the minimalism for us is also the reduction. And when you reduce, you become almost unisex. So you become men and women almost the same. And this is very post-human. So when we think about someone, we always think of almost a post-human person, and this post-human person wear a certain kind of eyewear, and we see Vava eyewear in this post-human person that is man, is human but equal, and they incorporate technology. Nowadays you have people having arms completely mechanic with chips inside the body with metallic pieces, and this is we live in the post-human era, and Vava eyewear is very post-human. When you see the pieces, this mechanical piece is like you incorporating yourself a part of a robot. So it's always a message behind the brand. So this part of the robot is the future. So we imagine two future. One white future where it's very pure, very like clinic, like you are in a hospital, so there is no virus, no infections, and there is another future that is the black future. The black future is the opposite, is about revolution. So it's about standing up and saying something that is not okay, so you want to change. And this future makes you think that maybe you have something to say and to change.
Do you want to show us a model, in particular, or a must-have or a bestseller of your collection?
Yes, we have 3 or 4 bestsellers. What makes us very, very happy. For our customers, it was a little bit frustrating because we are a new brand. We were launched July last year, and we sold out in the most iconic pieces that we thought, okay, maybe they are a little bit extreme, and in the end, the market understood them so well. So I can take few pieces, for example. This piece is from the Black Label, so very, very revolutionary, and once again, very, very simple lines, but a strong statement. So I can put it if you want, and so it's a strong piece, but it's sold out. So we are waiting for new production. So our customers are not very happy. Then. I go to the white label, so we go to the white future, the opposite. We always think that the future will not be white, will not be black. We always say it will something in between. We don't know. So we say white is black and black is white. So we play with the two opposites. So this is also a bestseller. So very Bauhaus, basic shapes, reduction of any kind of representational element, white label, and then I go again to the black label with this very, very nice piece. So again, this is our bestseller, and this model when we thought about it, we were inspired by a iconic movie from the 30s again. So for me, I always say the future was yesterday. I don't think after the 20th century, I don't think we live anymore in the future. I think the future was before, and this model was inspired by the Metropolis movie from Fritz Lang in the 30s, where he created this metropolis, this metroplex city, completely futuristic, so in the 30s, so almost not 100 years, but we are coming to that. So we have full respect for these visionary people. These people, they had this capacity of see things completely upfront, and this is what we love. Okay. And now these are from the actual collection, and now we have this new collection. So this new collection, this model is a model that we develop with, for us, the most iconic techno DJ in the world, Juan Atkins. So it's a collaboration with Juan Atkins. Juan Atkins is the godfather of techno. So he invented techno music 30 years ago, and this year is the 30th anniversary of Metroplex, the most iconic music label of techno. So 30 years is many young people, they think techno exists maybe for 5 or 6 years. No, techno was invented 30 years ago by a guy called Juan Atkins, and we got him to collaborate with Vava. So for the 30th anniversary of Juan Atkins, we launched 2 lines. One is this model, very techno. So this is a clear statement for people that understand this movement. They understand these shapes. And this is Juan Atkins versus Vava. And then we were going to have the same model, but closed here with M, just a limited edition of 300 pieces, which already sold a lot. That with the M from Metroplex. And Metroplex, the idea behind Metroplex is again very Vava. Why? Because the idea when Juan Atkins created this Metroplex idea was that the cities would become so big, so techno, that they would touch the next city. So Metroplex meaning for Juan, 2 cities growing and become just one.
Okay, thank you very much, Pedro. No, thank you very much for being with us. A new idea, a new concept of a lifestyle. Thanks a lot. Enjoy the Mido.
Thank you.